All right, guys, we're going to go back to our chatbots here, and I'm going to show you how to prompt your bot so that you can do something more practical with it. Like, let's say you're having some dudes over and you want to play some D&D and you don't got a dungeon master or something like that. Well, hey, we can use your chatbot for that. You know, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. So that's just one example. So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you this real quick. Let's pop over to the internet here. Okay, first thing we have to do is we got to find a model. Okay, so we want to go back to our friend Hugging Face. Okay, remember Hugging Face is the place where it stores models, it stores data sets, all this kind of stuff. Okay, I typically like to work with Aura is a good one. Okay, so you can type Aura, you see that Ludiculous comes up. He's a guy that does uncensored chatbots, which are nice because you don't want to get into the middle of an adventure and then it won't like kill the goblin because it's too violent or something. The bloke is another one. You can click these people and it'll bring up one of their pages and then just click on their name. Okay, and it'll show some of the stuff they've worked on. Okay, so we can go back and grab Aura or something like that. Okay. Now, this actually says it's an older one, so let's click on Ludiculous here and let's see if he's got anything that's newer. So we can roll over here and look at his models. Oh, here's some. See, they're updated 14 hours ago. This is how you can tell how old some of this stuff is. So I haven't really been paying attention to some of this stuff, but I know that the Llama 3 is big. I mean, it's just been a little bit while. Poppy Porpoise is great. Let's grab Poppy Porpoise, okay? So we can click on this, okay? We can go over here to Files, and we'll just find one of these that we want to get. So we get like the Q4 is a good one. Here, maybe this one with the X, okay? This should run on a lot of different machines, so or a lot of different GPUs. So you go ahead here to click this download button. You're not going to see it on your screen, but on mine, it pops up a Save As menu. You put it where you want it to go, okay? Then what we're going to do is we just pop over to our application, okay, our KoboldCPP. Go up here to where it says Quick Launch, and we're going to click this Browse button. Now, again, it's going to pop up for me. You can't see it, but for me, it pops up a Windows Explorer screen, okay? From that Windows Explorer screen, what we're going to do is you go over, you find a model that you want to work with. Okay, let's see. Let's grab something here. I actually didn't save that one we were working with, so let's grab this one. Okay, we'll grab this as Llama 3. Okay, so what we want to do too, because we're D&D and we want to see some pictures, so let's go over to Image Gen. Okay, now you got to watch my other video where I show you how to install KoboldCPP. Okay, and what you'll have done in that is you'll have downloaded a gosh, I'm all choky coffee here, but you're going to have downloaded an image generating file. Okay, so you got to go find where you save that, click it, and you'll see that it pops up into right here. Okay, so that's really all we need to do. We'll go up here, we can up our context size. You can go over to the models typically, and if you click on here where it says model card, it tells you about the model that you're using. Typically it'll tell you context. It's not showing anything here though. Oh, here it's saying use version 7.2. Okay, so if you're going to download Poppy Porpoise, click on that button and go over here and download this one instead, okay? And then again, we're looking here. I don't see anything about context. It is a multimodal thing, so you know we can upload photos and have them described. So Poppy Porpoise is pretty cool. Okay, anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Let's get back over to our program. We have everything loaded. We've upped our context size so our adventures will last longer. And we're going to click Launch. Okay, once you click Launch, it's going to load that bad boy up. Okay, and you go back to and then all of a sudden it pops up. Boom. Okay, you're in your place. Okay, this is the one I want. I have a couple of these open. So, all right. So I want to show you how the context works. It's all about loading context, telling these machines how you want them to act and to think. Okay, let's move my photo up here a little bit. Maybe there. Maybe we can put this over here. There we go. Okay, so you want to check this button, hit the context, and this is where you type in how you want to act. So this is a fairly simple thing for an adventure club or something like that. You are a fun, adventurous chatbot. You are the dungeon master for a Dungeons and Dragons style adventure. Now, it's important that I mention things like that. You're the dungeon master, Dungeons and Dragons, because it's going to actually digitize those things and create a vector. And then as it's creating stuff, it's going to find things that are similar to Dungeons and Dragons and being a dungeon master. I mean, it's incredible math. I can't really explain it in detail right now, but you just know that it's important to be specific about what you want. And you don't want to write this as Google prompts, okay? You know, like in Google, you want to keep it succinct. You're like hugging face, model, storyteller. With AI stuff, you really want to actually use full sentences because it's trained on full sentences. That's how it actually understands. So like if I said Dungeon Master, Dungeons and Dragons, give adventure, it's not really going to work with it. So you want to actually use full sentences, which is incredible about AI, right? So you are a fun adventure chatbot, you dungeon master. It goes on. You will create a scenario for a 2-party adventure. You could change that with level 1 characters, whatever you put it, whatever you want in there. This includes creating interesting scenarios as well as interesting places to go, as well as interesting fights. You keep track of each monster's hit points and allocate experience points as needed. As a good dungeon master, you give the players target roles that they must reach to succeed. You will always remain within the context of the current adventure. Okay, a few things to say here. We're using, I think we're using the Poppy Porpoise right now. Llama 3 is actually really good at categorizing stuff, putting stuff together, maintaining information. So when we say things like this, you keep track of each monster's hit points. It might work well with this model. Hey, check out a Llama 3 uncensored one too. It could work better. This is going to be a little, kind of work, kind of not sort of thing. That's just kind of the nature of the beast. Again, AI is not completely dominant in its perfection yet, but it totally augments our creative process. I mean, it's amazing the way it augments our creative process. We just got to still be a little bit hands-on. So yeah, it's going to keep track of these, and again, sometimes it's going to get target roles. So we'll just press OK. All right. So we can see I've already started an adventure here. It's going to say, "Hello, adventurers. I see you're ready for an exciting adventure. Let's get started." Okay. I actually want to restart this because I want to give it some character names. So I want to make sure if this is unchecked and you press OK, it's going to wipe out your context. So don't do that. Make sure this button's checked. Press OK. We're going to start over. Okay. Now watch. I'm going to say start adventure with a elf cleric named Frotz and a Githyanki barbarian named Grog. Okay? So let's see what it does. We're going to hit enter. Okay. Location, a dreary forest on the edge of civilization. Scenario, you find yourselves in a small clearing at the heart of a dense forest. Surrounding trees seem ancient, foreboding, their gnarled roots twisting together like monstrous serpents coiled beneath the earth. That's pretty good. This is also why it's good to pick storytelling models because it gives it good flourish. It writes it well. Okay. The underbrush is thick with thorns and brambles, making any progress through the forest slow and painstaking. There is an eerie silence hanging over everything, broken only by the occasional rustling of unseen animals, the whispering winds. So what do we have? We have Grog and Frotz. So I want to say, let's ask it, what spells does Frotz have? Frotz, your elf cleric friend, has a range of useful spells. Healing Word, okay, so that's going to heal 1d4 plus 2. Guidance, this enchantment spell imbues a creature with luck. Okay, cool. Bless. Okay, so now notice it didn't finish it all out here. We can just hit generate more, and it'll finish it. Thaumaturgy, an interesting spell that allows them to perform miracles such as creating light. So cool. Now, if you're playing in a thing with your own rules, you could program in here the spells if you want. I mean, you could go back to context and say these are the spells available. Choose from them. This is just a really quick and dirty. I mean, you could literally be in here and say these are cleric spells to choose from. And add it in there. Give the directions, and it will pretty much follow it. But again, if you're keeping it real good, you got to just kind of go in here and eat the, what is it, eat the meat, spit out the bones kind of thing. So, it's got a spell. Okay, so what do we got going? There's an eerie silence. Okay. Let's say I'm sitting here and I'm, there's two of us. There's me and my buddy might say, okay, Grog, he looks around. He looks around for trouble. Does he notice anything? Now, we'll see if it's going to give us something to roll or not. And I'm going to go ahead and say Frotz. Let's say, what would it say? It's an eerie silence. Okay. So let's say Frotz goes ahead and Frotz draws his mace. Let's just say, he draws his mace. Okay, whatever. So it's going to come up here and it says, as Grog scans the air with his hawk-like eyes, he spots movement high up in the trees. Yo. A pair of glowing red orbs come into view, watching you from above. They seem to be attached to something large and hidden. Yo. Greetings, traveler. A deep voice booms from behind a nearby tree. We didn't mean to startle you. I am King Craghammer of the Treefolk Kingdom, and these are my guards. From within the dense forest emerged 6 towering creatures. Each stand over 15 feet tall with thick trunks for legs, wide, muscular arms covered in dark green bark. Whoa. So what we're going to do is I want to see what they look like. So let's go here and click the add image. And, oh, crap. Okay, hold on a second. Give me a moment. I'm going to pause this. And I'm back now. So we want to see what it says here. Greeting, travelers. And we want to see what these guys look like. So let's go ahead and click the add image. And notice how it still didn't work. Oh, that's frustrating. But the good news is this. That I can fix it by going like this. Now we're going to click add image on the third time, and we're going to go ahead and generate image custom we're just going to do automatic. Okay, so it's going to pick that up. It's going to create a picture. What happened there was I had multiple copies of KoboldCPP running, and so they were overlapping on each other. I had a model that didn't have the image thing. So if something like that happens and you got multiple things that are not working, check to see if they're both using the same port. Okay, so it pulls up this picture of this tree here. Okay, kind of weird. The Treefolk Kingdom. I want to see these guys though. So let's say I want to see this. I'm going to highlight this. Well, this is on the dense forest, 6 towering creatures. Let's just highlight just that. Control C it. And now let's go over here to generate image, custom prompt, and let's just type that in. And let's see if it creates the 6 creatures. Oh, there we go. Whoa. So, that's what that looks like, evidently. So you could use that to be like, okay, that's what we're going to fight. I wouldn't want to mess with that. That helps to guide the story, of course. So let's say that Frotz, I'm going to ask to say, do I sense any darkness or evil? And let's say Grog raises his axe and speaks, friend or foe, blah. Okay? Or go. Friend or foe. So let's see what it says here. Frotz is an elf cleric attuned to the will of Selene, god of the moon. You can sense the emotions and intentions around you. You don't feel any malevolent energy emanating from King Craghammer and his guards. However, there's a hint of unease. Okay, so that's good, right? We're doing some good stuff. Grog. King Groghammer looks at you surprising, chuckles. Ha, barbarian and a cleric. Excellent company. So that's pretty clever. It remembered who we were. We mean no harm, traveler. We have been beset by dark forces. From now, we could use your aid. And let's just say Grog says, send now. Must smash. And Frotz says, I am on a journey. I'm on a sacred journey. We will go, but we need supplies. Okay, so Craghammer grins wider. Splendid supplies should not be wrong. Okay, so it goes on. Oh, now here comes Queen Thornwhisper, steps out of the town. Her presence commanding attention. Her skin has the appearance of living vines, and her hair feels like tendrils. Okay, let's see what she looks like. Let's click Add Image, Generate Image Automatic. Oh, there she is. All right, she's looking pretty. Okay. I guess it doesn't totally have the appearance of vines, but let's do this. If we want to try it again, let's copy it. Control C, add image, generate image custom prompt, type that in there, press OK, and let's see if it gives us more of a Queen Thorn Whisperer. Okay, so it's not giving the vines, but it's giving an idea. So now I want to see if I can get this to prompt us a bit. So I'm going to say, Grog, she is so pretty. Okay, say, Grog tries to seduce her. Make roll. Grog, your attempt to seduction fails miserably. Okay, Frotz rolled a 1d10, 1d20 plus clerical. You say you try since any evil intentions are hidden from Corn Thrisper. So it had us roll for it. Now let's say this didn't work out the way we wanted, because that's kind of weird. So let's go over here and click this button. It says allow editing. Okay, so let's go back here and erase all of this. Okay, we're going to erase it all the way up to the input point. So we'll start over. Okay, so we go back here and say, it didn't work out quite the way I said. So let's say I want Grog. Grog will roll to see if he can seduce the queen. Rolling a charisma check +2, so he's got a low charisma. Further, Grog fails to impress her with his rugged charm. She remains stoic. So that's pretty good. It kept the fact that he's a barbarian, that he's rugged, all of this. Now, let's say we want to force the story, which wouldn't be great if you're running dice, but whatever. Let's go up here and let's say we erase all of this, and we'll say he rolls a charisma check, a 1d +2, and it equals 18. Okay? And let's go generate more, because we're here in the output. So let's generate more, and it should continue with its own output. And there it goes. Let's undo allow editing so we can get back to here. Grog impresses Queen Thornwhisper with his rugged charm and warrior prowess. She seems taken aback by his forwardness, but her eyes sparkle with amusement. Ah, bold one are you? Very well, I'll grant you an audience in our throne room. But mind your manners, barbarian. Don't think just because you've caught my eye you can take liberties. Yo, we'll see. Okay, she leads you deeper in the forest towards the heart of the tree folk kingdom. As you walk, the trees go taller. The branches twined above you, forming a canopy through which sunlight there lies in dappled patterns. Click a picture of that. All right, so let's just go nuts. Let's say Frotz casts, say Grog is angry and throws axe at the queen. Okay, this would be a horrible story. But let's see what happens. As soon as Queen Grog casts Queen Thornwhisper vines writhe like serpents, ensnaring him. She fixes him with a stern grace. You should not have done that, barbarian. You are under arrest for attempted regicide. The guards close in, ready to restrain Grog. Since the situation is escalating, readies his mace. Wait! Wait! King Thornmeyer intervenes. Perhaps there's been a misunderstanding. Let us hear their story. Queen Thornwhisper glares at her husband, then turns back. Speak, barbarian. Okay, so anyways, whatever. So you could keep going off on this. Let's just stop in really quick and ask, say, what are our stats? Okay, so there's Frotz, level 3rd. So it made him a level 3rd. So again, we could edit this. We could go and say he's a level 1. Okay, we could change any of this, and it will remember it, okay? Let's go back here. We could generate more to fix this. So, okay, point being, you can use this. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect, but is it kind of cool? Yeah, you could go follow the queen, you could go to jail, you could attack, you could do whatever you want. It's a true thing. Now, you might have to get a piece of paper and keep track of some of your treasure yourself, but essentially you've used your bot here as a DM. Like, it can just give you stuff. If we went over here and we could just say, let's start over here. Let's just go to new session. We click this button. Let's press OK. Let's say generate a fight between a level 1 rogue with his friend, a level 1 fighter against 3 skeletons and 1 skeleton mage. Okay, so there, it'll just put it up for you. So if you're trying to get stuff ready for your game, you could do this. Or if you just, it's giving you the story, but you don't like the way that it's unfolding the thing, go ahead and create it out and do it yourself. So, and the cool thing is it'll actually remember all of this too. So here's your skeleton mage. Let's say the thief. Okay, so let's look at the skeleton mage. He's got 7 hit points. The thief attacks the mage with an arrow. Let's see what it says. Renrick steady, so it made up a name. He readies his short bow, fires an arrow at the skeleton mage. His aim is true. The arrow whistles past the skeleton, striking it below the jawline. So now let's go ahead and say, what's the skeleton mage hit points? So you notice it's dropped it down from 7 down to 3. Now we could have asked it. Let's say sometimes you got to put special prompts to say, fighter attacks the nearest skeleton. Give a target roll. So again, this should have handled this in the context, but it doesn't always. Okay. Arrow charge for the close skeleton. Her long sword at the ready. She rolls a 14. So it'd be better if we could roll ourselves, but at least it's doing it for us. She rolls a 14, and her attack roll is a swift strike. She slices through the skeleton's bony arm, servant clear from the shoulder, crumbles to dust. Okay, cool. So it's showing our stats. That one's dead. So anyway, so on and on and on. This is really easy. It all just started with the context. It started with the context of the DM tester and typing this in and starting our adventure. We just started it over, said start. There's your dungeon master, and he's going to give us a new adventure. So go in here, you just type whatever you want. Remember to use particular sentences and words, and go out, have fun. It's more of an augmentation of your creation than fully taking control of your imagination. So it's good. It's going to give you stories, but it's a little bit of work, but still, it's really cool. I sat here with some buddies the other day. We spent like a good hour or so just having fun. So I want you to go out and have some fun with it as well. Enjoy the stuff. If you got questions, let me know. If you're looking for models, let me know as well. I can certainly help you find good models that are worthwhile playing with. Catch you later.